Carolina Panthers are set to match up with the New England
Hello.
Patriots. It's a rematch of the 2004 Super Bowl. The Pats and Panthers are underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Now Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there on the first play of the game. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On second and goal, Jones, he gets it complete to Harris. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it third and goal. Throwing Jones, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Rohrwasser's kick is good, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their own 22. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
To throw again on second down. Newton, again, he finds more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's the rookie first-rounder Christian Barmore out of Alabama, who fought through to bring him down.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Newton.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Newton. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play there for Carolina.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. It turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
On first down, it's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
His 7th touchdown on the ground and 9th overall.
And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Newton.
Pick the ball. That's a pick. Pick the ball.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do.
That is a
perfect
hit.
the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs.
That boy did. That boy did get clapped on that fumble, though.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here.
You only fumbled one time. You threw like 2 picks.
From the gun.
Nah, you threw 2 picks.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Pick. Thanks.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third
Why you do that?
time. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in.
All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jacoby Myers.
Oh, you thought. Where you going? Where you going, man?
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
You thought you could get on the phone and play me in Madden? That didn't make sense. Let me get you on the phone with Maya.
Point after, up and good.
Tell her
And on here in this
you
first
caused me
half.
to lose the game because she did, bye-bye. That'd be horrific.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run
Get out of
back
that.
out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Play action. It's Newton. He's going deep for Brown. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That was JC back there.
Be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had some plays so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off play action, Newton. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Out to his left. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man, complete.
Man.
Take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the
That was
Panthers
gay.
are able to cut into this lead. Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for 2 here. And
Why he ain't
for
picked that?
two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that
That was supposed to be a
down
pick.
further. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Panthers are going to have great
I should never do that.
This is returned just shy of midfield. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And that one going to come up short. No throw.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
I don't know what this.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Not about that one. Yes.
Here's Newton. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Christian Barmore picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
I'm so happy I just stopped you, dog.
On 4th down,
Like, if you scored just now, that would have been crazy.
for New England.
Oh,
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a give, running left is Harris.
come on, Harris.
He's up to about the 37.
How he let him catch him?
The 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
He went for the slide.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Alright.
They hand this off to Harris. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. And this will be
He should have fumbled.
here on the punt. And the Panthers
He should have
will have
fumbled.
1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Newton steps away. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They fake the give. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 50, Newton. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's on target. He had it on line, but he came up just shy of the crossbar. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Here's Smith to return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dietrich Wise Jr. Excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go. Number 53, Mike 53. Here we go. Check, 53, Mike. Check, 53.
Out of the gun, Newton. He finds his man, complete. That's more. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
Oh, he's supposed to slide. I seen the hole too.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space.
I seen that, man.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
That nigga wide open too.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Cam's throw is caught here by Anderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Terrace Marshall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing Jones. Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum.
I don't know how they shut down everybody just now.
About right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
New England on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. On the give, this is Harris. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 39, Newton. He's got Anderson right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
Man, that is a pick.
possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 1st and goal, and they're going to be taking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. McCaffrey. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal?
Let's go.
Pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be ended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And some space here. A big play there on the catch and run. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football.
So it was a good game.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
But I prevailed. Huh?
On 1st down, Harris. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They run again with Harris. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Oh,
now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They run with Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
So we're coming out in victory formation.
Safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
I'm doing this for Kappa, nigga.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out. And I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Pats, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's their first double of the season.
I'll wait on you.
8-1 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
Okay, let's go.